Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach one of rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations and blessings to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives through the four corners of the earth. To the Akwath listening and learning, in sincerity and in truth, and silence, shalom. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto, here with another lesson, right? Global oil climbs back to $100 a barrel after Iran flexes its power over oil tankers in Hormuz, right? And once again, the volatility of the markets, right? And we're in the time of prophecy, right? Everything that's taking place is to fulfill prophecy, right? All roads lead to the MOTB, right? The theater of war. This is all, they're all actors, right? And they're all doing the bidding of the elites, right? And ultimately, the elites want to bring in the new world order. I want to grab a scripture. Ecclesiastes 12. The points in 3. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Right? The Israelites are supposed to turn back to their power while they are able-bodied, while they are young men. Right? Israel being a people before it's a place. And who's going to turn back to their power on this side? The elect. 2/3 are going to suffer horrific deaths. 2/3 are not going to make it on this side. 2/3 are going to come back through the loins of the elect. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creators in the days of thy youth, right? While you're able-bodied, young men, while the evil days come not before all hell breaks loose, right? And we're on the doorsteps of all hell breaking loose. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, right? And Jake likes to, like, remember Jacob's gift is spirit, right? We're spiritual, right? But Jake only wants to get right when they start to catch hell, when they feel pain, right? And pain is coming. Second verse, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, right? The sun, the light, the moon is symbolic of this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And the Lord is going to take away wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from the earth, right? The famine, the word is coming, right? There's a scripture that says, in Second Ezra. Second Ezra 5. Second Ezra 5 and 9. And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Right? The love of many shall wax cold. Scripture say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And we're in that time. Right? All kinds of deletions are taking place out here, but it's going to get worse. Then shall wit hide itself, right? Wit. And who has the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? The elect. And how is the Lord going to hide wit, this truth, this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding? The Lord is going to bring the famine of the word, put the spirit on Esau, Edom, to bring the famine of the word, right? Where you're no longer going to have access to this truth. Right? It could be a grid down situation, right? EMP attack, right? Could be bills, passing of legislation to restrict freedom of speech, to demonize the truth, right? Label the men of the Lord who are prophesying teas. And understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber, right? So the Lord is going to remove the men of the Lord from the highways, the byways. The videos are going to cease from going up, right? Right. The condition of society is going to continue to deteriorate. It's going to be wild, brute beasts out here, man. Verse 10, and shall be sought of many. What's going to be sought of many? This truth, right? Where are those men at? Right. That's the only time Jake want to get right, when all hell break loose. And yet not be found, then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth, right? Unrighteousness, and it's multiplying as we speak, right? Incontinency, the inability to restrain your urges, no self-restraint. Verse 11, one land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say no, right? The access to this truth is going to cease. Ecclesiastes 12 and 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, right? The Lord's going to remove access to this truth. Nor the clouds return after the rain. Here's the point. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? The keepers of the house, these stock market watchers, financial advisors, right? They're trembling because of the volatility of the market. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because there are few, right? Joblessness, right? And more joblessness is going to come, right? What we're about to enter into is going to make the Great Depression of the 1920s look like child's play. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, right? People looking at what the future holds. The future has nothing bright, nothing good to come, right? But back into this article, right? And the only good to come is for the elect, right? Us in this truth with the eye salve, right? We're seeing the kingdom. Right? Scripture say, second Ezra. Second Ezra 4. Second Ezra 4 and 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, right? This kingdom, it has to be turned upside down. Right, it says here, that which is sown being planted. And what's been planted here? Wickedness. If the place where the evil is sown pass not away, right? This wicked place has to pass away. Then cannot it come that is sown with good. The good can't come, the kingdom, right? And us in this truth, our eyes are on the kingdom. We see what is going on, right? Measuring the time diligently, right? And knowing what time we are in. Second Esdras, Salakia, Wisdom of Solomon 9. Second Esdras 9. Second Esdras 8 and 63. Behold, O Lord, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times. Right? Esdras saying to the angel, you showed me the future. You showed me what is to come. You showed me the end of days. You showed me prophecy. But at what time thou hast not showed me, right? But you haven't told me when it's happening. Second Esdras 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, this is the angel's answers to Esdras, measure thou the time diligently in itself, right? Measure the times. And how is the time measured? The prophets are filtering everything through the scriptures. The prophets are looking at news articles and filtering it through the scriptures. Right? That way, the prophets are able to understand what timeline they are in. Right? We know we're in the last days. Right? Scriptures say perilous. Second Timothy 3 verse 1. And it reads, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. NLT. You should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times. And look at this word perilous, I believe it's savage. All right, Strong's G. Strong's G 5467. Kalepos in the Greek. Hard to do, to take, to approach. Hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, harsh, fierce, savage, right? And we're in these times. Furious, perilous, right? And we're in these times, right? 2 Timothy 3 and 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, right? That pride, right? You look around you, everyone's got their face in a phone. Everyone's taking selfies, right? Lovers of their own selves. Covetous, right? You want what someone else has. Boasters, all day, every day. That's all you're going to see on social media, boasting, right? Proud, blasphemers, right? Nobody believes in a higher power, right? Everyone's walking around out here, do as thou wilt, right? Disobedient to parents, right? Twofold in a physical sense, but in a spiritual sense, there's men out here that know they're Israelites. They've heard this word, they've learned this truth, right? And they've bucked up against their leadership. Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce despisers of those that are good, right? And this is today in a nutshell, man. Verse 4, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, right? And people out here are driven by lust, lovers of pleasures, right? Driven by lust, driven by instant gratification, right? Feed the dopamine hits, right? People out here have the inability to exercise temperance. Right? Yo, people out here are bugged out, man. Right? The brute beasts. The Tooth Israel people gone, finished. Second Esdras 9. and 2. 2 Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? And prophecies are fulfilling, man, right? Listen, this is going to lead to more economic pain, more pain at the pumps, more pain at the pocket. People are going to start losing more and more shit. People are going to start foreclosing, right? People are going to start abandoning leases, right? People are going to start getting eviction are going to increase. People are going to start going hungry, right? This is all to bring pain, economic pain. All roads lead to the MOTB, right? Scripture say they shall cast their gold and silver in the streets. Let's get that in Ezekiel. Seven. I'm just flowing in the spirit. Lord, will you're edified. Ezekiel 7 and 19. And it reads, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity, right? And what's going to cause people, money is going to be worthless. Hyperinflation is going to come, and money will be worthless, right? There's images, historical images of the fall of Germany, where people were running around with wheelbarrows full of money, where people were burning the money to heat themselves, right? NLT, they will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. Their silver and gold won't save them on that day of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Hashai's anger. It will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up. Listen, everybody's going to be placed on a level playing field. Right now, people still out here navigating, right? Projecting the image that everything is fine. You know, we good over here. We got money over here, right? People are hurting. It's going to get worse. Right? Everybody's going to be on a level playing field. Everybody's going to be everyone's going to experience poverty, lack, and need of things, right? Bread baskets are at an all-time high. Daily food banks, right, all-time high. Payday loans, all-time high. People losing their jobs, all-time high. People trying to sell things because they can't make ends meet. People downsizing, right? They used to have 2 cars. They sold one. Now they're down to 1. They share one. They used to have a home. They sold it, or they got evicted, or they foreclosed. Now they're renting, or they're living with mom and dad. Right? But this theater, this up and down, it's wearing out the people. Right? Because what was it? Friday, it was one thing, and then Saturday it's another. Today's what? Tuesday? Salakia. Today's Wednesday. Now it's another story. Oil's gone back up. Yesterday, we're gonna blow Iran out of the water. It's all theater, but it's all with one agenda. All roads lead to the MOTB, the New World Order. Right? Squeeze the masses, make them beg. Right? So with that, I pray edified. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who teach you on Ruwa. Shalom to the light.